Hi everyone, this is Alexa Mayorga and I'm going to be talking about my backtesting project for Finance 695. Basically what I wanted to look at was a company's EBIT, the earnings before interest and taxes, and a company's earnings per share. I wanted to see if there was a relationship or correlation with the earnings before interest and taxes and the earnings per share, if there was if the EBIT affected the profitability and the performance of a company's EPS. So basically what I did was I pulled up 10 companies. I went to Yahoo Finance to get the information. I pulled up 10 companies from different industries. I picked Novartis, Walt Disney, Amazon, CVS, Nike, Apple, Merck, Yahoo, Southwest Airlines, and Netflix. And I gathered data from 2013, 2014, and 2015. So again, basically what I wanted to see if there is a relationship between the earnings before interest and taxes and the earnings per share. Um, I believe that the earnings before interest and taxes does have an effect on the outcome of the earnings per share of companies. That is my hypothesis. So what I did was, in order to get the data, I did a data analysis, and I clicked on regression, and I picked the independent variable was the EBIT, the earnings before interest and taxes, and the dependent variable was the earnings per share, because again we want to see if the earnings per share um, is affected by the earnings before interest and taxes. So I pulled that up on a new spreadsheet. I'm sorry, I already had that done. And I did it first for 2015. And as we can see here, the coefficient number is 1.26. But based on with this information here, we know that we have to, the decimal has to move 6 places to the left. So this is less than 0, and as we know, 0 is independent, so therefore these are independent variables. They don't affect each other. Then we went to the t-stat, and as we can see, it came out to 2.9. And as we know, the baseline is 1.65. So according to this, there is a statistical analysis. There is a statistical relationship between the earnings before interest and taxes and the earnings per share. The p-value is 0.019, and we know that the baseline for that is 0.05. So, I'm sorry, there's really nothing significant there. Moving on to, like I said, I also pulled up, I did a regression test on 2013. And as we can see, the coefficient here is 9.9, and again we have to move this the decimal to the left 7 spots, so again it's independent. The t-stat is 4.42, so again based on the baseline of 1.65, we see here that there is again statistical analysis. There's a statistical relationship between the earnings before interest and taxes and the earnings per share. The p-value is 0.002. Again, that's less than the baseline of 0.05. And one thing I wanted to show was that the t-stat for 2013 was 4.42, and for 2015 it was 2.91. So there is a slight difference, but again they're both still above the baseline of 1.65. So it does show that there is a statistical relationship between the earnings before interest and taxes and the earnings per share. So in conclusion, based on the data analysis, the regression test that was done, my hypothesis, which stated that a company's earnings before interest and taxes would affect the earnings per share of the companies, the regression test proves that that hypothesis is correct. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.